Welcome back, everyone. This is Mondo All Day, back to the video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of the Collector's Edition Superman with Crypto and recently released Superman DC Classics. As always, I'll be talking about the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at each one for the box. We'll start off with the DC Collectors. The front of the box looks like this side, and it's going to be number 9, and you can tell the box is all beat up. Look at all that scratches. The back of it, and I got really messed up box. Look at that. Oof. It's okay though, I was going to open it anyways. The other side, top and bottom. Let's take a look at the DC Classics. The front, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Collector's Edition Superman. The back of the card. And unfortunately, mine did come damaged. Look at that. Oof. Pretty bad right there. You can see the damage on there, which I might contact McFarlane and let them know, hey, the box came damaged, and we'll see what they do. But there's the card. Front of the card looks like for DC Classics. The back of the card. For Collector's Edition Superman, it does come with a card stand, which we've seen before. And all you do is slide in the card, just like so. Collector's Edition Superman does come with accessories. It does come with just regular open hand. Not much to it. Something we've seen before. And left or right open hand. Or left open, or right open hand, yeah. And it also comes with Crypto the dog. I do like how his cloth cape, which is pretty cool. You got the Superman logo on there for the chain around his neck. And the face paint on there. It looks nice. It's something that I noticed too, the paint. Something about the paint. It just feels... It feels like very cheap paint. Like, have you ever, like, maybe been to an apartment, or maybe some of you live in an apartment to where the landlord uses, like, very, very cheap paint? It kind of has that feeling of cheap paint, which is not a good sign, but it is what it is for Crypto. Got a little muscle tone on there for Crypto, but yeah, not much to it. I thought it articulated, but unfortunately it does not. So there's that. And then for Classic Superman, it does come with open hands. If I can get them, there we go, right there. And this kind of claw-like hands. There's 2 of them. And Classic Superman, that one right there, comes with a flying stand, which we've seen before. Nothing new or original. And Collector's Edition Superman comes with his unique puck stand that has a DC logo painted silver. Alright, let's take a look at the Collector's Edition Superman. Now, if you're wondering, well, let's start off with the articulation. So, left, right, it's good. Up, down, it does hit in the back here because of the hair, but up, down is good. Shoulder, there is no bicep, like traditional bicep, but it does have this kind of twist right here on the elbow, and then also the articulation of the elbow. Wrist, if it can articulate, let's see if I can do it. It's a little stiff right now. Let's see if I can do this side. There you go. Not the best articulation. There you go. You can see something there. Torso. Oof, not the greatest because it hits right there in the abdomen right there. Swivel. Not the greatest because of very thick abdomen. And we'll do... Oops, we're going to take up that. Leg articulation. Knees. Ankles. And toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure, it's it's a bit of a mixed bag. You got the big abdomen, so it does hit when you actually try to move the torso, and of course the hair does hit in the back right there, so limited there. But apart from that, it's good overall. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. Now if you're wondering, like, Mondo, why does it look familiar? It's because this is a repaint from another figure, which I'll compare it in a bit. It's just a repaint, obviously, with the new head sculpture, or piece, I should say. And I gotta say, this headpiece, it looks really, really good. It has that mullet style, which I actually like for Superman. It's a weird hairstyle, but it looks cool. You got the little hair here on the forehead, and you got that very glossy eyebrows. You got the painted lips on there, the blue eyes, nose on there. Then you got the face paint on there, and the cheekbone, really, really thick jawline, and cheekbone as well too. And then the hair is just black with a little bit, very little bit of blue. So you got that little bit of blue and black hair paint. And so I gotta say, this headpiece, it looks good, similar to the design of the actual comic. And I dig it. I like the whole mullet hairstyle. I know some people don't like it, but to me, I think it looks really cool. It's a different style of hair for Superman, but I think it works though. Then you have here your typical upper body for Superman, just spandex. And it's going to be very, very, very muscle tone. I mean, this thing, not muscle tone, but let's call it what it is. It's like a steroid Superman. You got the big old shoulders, the bicep, the tricep. Look at that tricep. Big old forearms. And then you have the hands on here. Right, you got both fists. And the other side is going to be identical, which is huge shoulders and bicep. You got the huge chest. Just look at that chest. The Superman logo. Now, the actual paint on the body, it's like a lighter blue. So keep that in mind, because it's a lot lighter than your other Superman blue. So just letting you know, you got the huge abdomen on there, and it looks all deformed. Let me know in the comment section if you have this figure, and let me know if your abdomen looks like this, because mine looks just, looks nasty. It doesn't look natural, but it is what it is. Then there's the cape. The cape is cool looking, a little bit of style there on the actual cape. Something we've seen before, right? And then let me see the back of Superman, which you can't really tell, but just look at all that muscle, man. It's just ridiculously huge and like muscles, and it's just over the top. And so overall, I gotta say, the upper body on this figure, it looks good. The color on the blue, it's more matte, so keep that in mind, because when I compare it to this figure, you'll notice that the blue, or the actual blue part of the spandex, it's a lot brighter. Not brighter, but a little bit more glossy. Even though it's not glossy, there's more shine to it. This is more matte blue, so keep that in mind. And so, like I said, I like this figure. It's a weird design, because it's just a huge muscles Superman, and when you add the mullet, I don't know, something, it reminds me like the 80s, like bodybuilders. I don't know why. I can see this particular Superman like lifting with Arnold when he used to like do competitions for whatever they call it. And so the upper body, I gotta say, it looks good. Again, it is a repaint from a previous figure, but I don't care. I think it looks cool. Over the top muscles, but it works though, even with that mullet. Then you have the underwear. Again, just a reprint from the previous one. Does he do squats? He does squats, because they're really tight. Then you got the hamstrings on there, very, very thick hamstrings. Then you got the back of the boots as well too, very, really big calf muscles. There's the side of the boot as well too. There's the front of it. Again, the shin, just look at that shin. Look at those thighs. I mean, the lower body is similar to the upper body, which is very huge in muscle. And so, overall, the figure, it's a cool looking figure. It's a figure that is for a particular Superman fan. For me, I like it. It is oddly looking because of the whole muscles. And then you add the mullet hairstyle. It doesn't look bad, but it's just over the top. But regardless, though, I gotta say, it looks good. It's just, it is a Superman that a particular audience will like. And to me, I'm one of the audiences. I don't love it, but I like it. Now let's take a look at Superman Classics. We'll start off with the articulation. Head, left, right. shoulder, bicep, elbows, wrist, torso, oof, swivel, the leg, knees, ankles, and last but not least, toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this figure, it's actually good overall. A lot better than your buffed out steroid Superman. Now let's take a look at this figure. And if you're wondering, like, Mondo, why does this look also familiar? Because this is going to be a repaint of the previous figure we've gotten, which I'll compare it in a bit, of the Page Puncher Superman. And so this has a new head sculpture, and of course the paint's going to be different. The headpiece, I should say. And we'll start off with the headpiece. I gotta say, I like it. It's something about the smile. It's not bad. It's just the teeth. Something that about the teeth is just, it's a little off. It's not horrible. It's just something off about it. Then you got the eyebrows. I like how this eyebrows is not as bright and glossy compared to the Superman. Cause look at the Superman eyebrows. Let's see if that camera can pick it up. Just look at those. Oh, come on, camera. Look at those eyebrows right there. Look at these. Look at that. So you got the eyebrows on there, which looks fine. Then you got the painted, very light brown lips, the painted eyes. Then you got like a very typical slick back Superman hair, which is black with a little bit of blue paint on the hair. Not much to it. And so overall, the headpiece, it's okay. It's not the worst thing. I mean, I can see some people using the body of this Superman and replacing it with a different headpiece. That might look better, but to me, it's an okay headpiece. Then you have the arms here. Typical Superman upper body or arms. Just going to be muscle tone. I say this one's muscle tone. This one's all buffed out. This is muscle tone because you can see the shoulder muscles, more definition. The bicep, the tricep. You got the forearm that's more normal size. Then you have the big hands because, again, this is a Page Punchers. And just look at the hand. They're just huge. Then you got the bicep on this side. Then you got the Superman logo. Right? And then, of course, the chest itself. It's just your typical Superman body proportion. Now, as I mentioned about the paint, if you notice right now, look at all the reflection of it. It looks like it's glossy. It's not. It's just the paint. So this one's more matte. This one, it's still matte, but it has a little bit of like a shine to it. So keep that in mind. So I'm pretty sure you guys can see what I mean. Just look at the paint. All right? Look at the abdomen. All right? See that? Then you got the Superman logo, which looks nice. Looks clean. Then you have the cape. The cape, I do like the cape. It's very stylized cape, right? Very like odd looking, like swish look, but it looks good though. And let's take a look at the back. Whatever this is right there. I don't know what that is. The back, not much to it. And so overall, I gotta say, the upper body on this figure, it looks good. The blue, it's light blue than your normal Superman blue, so keep that in mind. Similar to this one. And so I gotta say, upper body looks good. It's just a headpiece that's probably the weakest. It's not horrible. It's just like, could have been better. You got the underwear on here. We got the Superman logo on here. Matte red. And then you have a glossy yellow on there. Does he do squats? Sure. Then you have the hamstrings. There's the back of the boot. Not much to it. And here is the side of the actual boot itself. Again, not much to it. Then you got the front of the boot as well, too. I do like the little design here. Reminds me of Wonder Woman. I don't know why. Then you got the very defined thigh muscles on there. You can see that. And again, similar to this figure, similar to the upper body on this figure, the lower body is just going to be muscle tone, spandex blue, or light blue, I should say. And so, overall, this figure, I think is a good-looking figure for Superman. It is a Page Puncher Superman, which that figure alone looks good. I do like the paint on this one. And like I said, I can see a lot of people replacing this headpiece with another one to make it almost like a perfect Superman figure. So to me, this figure alone, I like it. I think you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can customize it, like I said. Definitely replace the headpiece. And the hands, they're just big hands. So, I don't know what else to say, but just big hands on there. But I like it though. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? I'll start off with the Collector's Edition Superman. For 30 bucks for what you're getting, honestly, it's 30 bucks more like a fair price. I mean, a regular price is like, a regular figure price is going to be like, what, 20 bucks? Crypto, let's say add another $5. With the card stand and the quality of the card, again, it's almost like $30 is just kind of, So to me, I would say for 30 bucks, if you really like the Superman, get it. If not, probably wait for a sale. To me, a better deal for the Collector's Edition Superman would have been 25. Obviously, anything below that, then there you go. Superman Classics. I think for the price for what you're paying for, with the multiple hand accessories, I gotta say, that's a better deal compared to the Collector's Edition Superman. Granted, it does not come with crypto, and you do get more bang for your buck. And again, for 20, I believe it's 22 bucks, you get more hand accessories, and to me, a better articulated figure, and also it doesn't have the weird abdomen look to it. I gotta say, the DC Classic for 20 bucks, or 22, I believe, yeah, I think it's worth the price. Regardless of the price, still, what I think about these figures, like I said, I do like both of them. The Collector's Edition Superman, the headpiece looks cool. I really like that. The abdomen, something about the abdomen, just, I don't know, maybe mine's messed up. Again, if you have this figure, let me know. Is it just mine that looks all weird in the torso? Leave it in the comment section. So I like the figure, it's just the abdomen's weird, but the color looks really, really good. DC Classic Superman, like I said, that's a really good figure, and you can definitely replace the headpiece with another one and make that probably like the best Superman figure. So overall, what do I give these two figures? Collector's Edition Superman gets a low thumbs up for me. For the price for what you're getting, it's not the best, but I do like the headpiece. It looks good. I do like the base color on it. Just the abdomen's a little off. DC Classic Superman, I give it a thumbs up for me. It's not great or amazing. The headpiece is probably the weakest, but everything else looks good. And I do like the reuse of a Page Puncher Superman, because to me, that's a really good articulated figure. And yeah, so again, they both get a thumbs up for me, but as I mentioned, Collector's Edition Superman, low thumbs, like just barely passing the thumbs down. And of course, Classic, it's a thumbs up. Here we have Vampire Superman and of course Classic Superman. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be a repaint from the Page Puncher Superman, and this is a repaint from the Page Puncher Superman. Obviously, the main difference is going to be the skin and the headpiece. But in terms of the details, just look at the Superman logo there, the underwear, the boot. See that little, like, I call it the Wonder Woman design, also present here, and the cape as well too. You can see, right? So it's just a repaint from the Page Puncher Superman. So if you have that particular Superman, or if you have this particular Superman Vampire and you want to know like how this is going to look, well, there you go. It's just going to be the color difference, and of course the skin and the headpiece are going to be different. But you get the idea of these two though. Here we have Dark Knight Returns Superman, and of course Superman Collector's Edition. I believe this is from Return of Superman. Like I said, it's just a repaint of this one. So if you have this figure, you want to get an idea how this looks, well, it's just this one, just with a different headpiece. And here you go, look at the abdomen. I don't know what's up with the Dark Knight Returns abdomen. It just looks off. Let me see if I can, yeah, like, maybe, is it mine? Like, mine are like this, all deformed and beat up, the abdomen? Again, leave it in the comment section. Maybe mine, or the ones I've gone for Dark Knight Returns, and this one just got really screwed up. But anyways, as mentioned, this one is just a repaint of this one, just with a different headpiece, and of course, the colors are different. And I'll show you even the cape as well too. There is that. Right there, see? Here we have Jonathan Kent. This is going to be from, I believe it's Infinite Frontier storyline, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. And of course, the other two Supermans. This is a good looking figure, the Jonathan Kent. I mean, I get why there's a lot of hate. If you don't know, that's fine, don't. But I understand why there's a lot of hate on this figure. But in terms of the figure itself, you gotta admit, it's not a bad looking figure. I think it's a cool looking figure. It's odd seeing like a Superman without a cape. So I always think of Superman, like families always with a cape, but this one doesn't have it. But again, it's a good looking figure. It's just, Here we have Supergirl. This is going to be the Gold Label Target exclusive figure. And of course, you have the two Superman. Just showing you how these two Superman look standing next to her. The blue. As I mentioned about the blue, I should have showed it, or I should have talked about it when I did Jonathan Kent. But look at the blue, right? This is like a darker blue, and this is a lot lighter. So keep that in mind. Here we have Superboy next to the other two Supermans. I mean, this is a good looking figure. If you have not gotten this one, definitely get it. It is a great looking Superboy figure. The detail, the design, I mean, it is really, really good looking figure. You got the abdomen, the Superman logo. Then you have the Superman or the SR here on the actual jacket. Superman logo in the back of the jacket. Then you got the spikes on the jacket. Then you have here like the actual knee pads, the boots, like everything about this figure. You have to have it in your collection. I think this is a great looking figure. McFarlane nailed it. And then you have these two Superman figures, which, again, these two are like your typical Superman buffed out spandex figures. Here we have Crypto next to a Wolverine. This is going to be from the Animal Man Gold Label Target exclusive. And of course, Collector's Edition Superman. Again, just showing you two different animals. Crypto next to a Wolverine. Here you have the one and only, and in my honest opinion, the best Superman figure. It's going to be none other than Injustice 2 Superman. I don't care. You're probably going to get mad. I don't care. This is a great and probably the best looking Superman figure. Actually, yeah, the best Superman figure McFarlane has made. The details, the design, the sculpture, the headpiece, the paint, just everything about it, top notch. I don't care if people get offended. If you don't have this figure, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Definitely get this figure. Again, probably the best Superman. You know what? It is the best Superman figure McFarlane's made so far. I'm going to keep saying probably. It is the best Superman figure. I don't care. It might not be traditional or classic. It's a standout. It's one of those figures when you see it in person, you're going to be like, damn, these look cool. But this one, though, this is badass. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on these figures? Do you plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Collector's Edition Superman and Superman from the DC Classics. And on to the next one.